Hey y'all, I'm in a tree. Yeah. Welcome to Thoughts from a Tree, the show where I have thoughts from a tree. Today's thought from a tree. We're gonna have some heretical thoughts. Yes, sirree, some heretical thoughts about camels and needles and rich people. And they're not, maybe they're not heretical thoughts. I don't know. They're my thoughts. But they're not heresies, just the thoughts about heresies. Possibly. Just don't go teaching anybody, and no Catholics will throw you out of their church. You're probably not Catholic anyway. What do you care? All right. You know where I'm going with this? Probably. Maybe you don't, though. Maybe you didn't grow up Christian or read the Bible or whatever. That's okay. I'll explain what's happening. So this rich guy goes up to Jesus and he says, "Hey, Jesus, I want to be holy. I want to be cool like you." And and Jesus says, "Follow the 10 Commandments." And the guy says, "I do that. I already do that. I seriously already do that." I knew you would say that. "But I want to be holier, so tell me what else I can do." And Jesus says, "Okay, well, give away your stuff and come chill with me and the disciples and do, Jesus things." And the guy goes away sad. Sad because he's rich, we're told. That's what it says. He's rich because he has a lot of things. And Jesus turns to his disciples and he says, "Hey guys, it is easier to get a camel through the eye of a needle than it is to get a rich man into heaven." Now, you know already, because you are well read, that the eye of the needle isn't a needle. That was a needle pulling thread, is what that motion was supposed to be. It's not an actual literal needle. It's a portal, it's a door, passageway in the wall of a city through which a man can pass, right? I guess after the gates are closed or in the back door, I don't know, but a guy can get through there. Harder for a camel to get through there. That's where this comes in. You got to make them like, it's man-sized, normal man-sized, not me man-sized, but smaller than camel-sized. The camel, hole. It's like, "Oh, crud, I'm stuck," says the camel. "I don't have a budget for animation." What? So the camel doesn't want to go through there. It's got to stoop to get through there or crawl. Definitely doesn't want to crawl because it's going to be, it doesn't get to be on its camel toes. It's got to be on its knuckles or elbows or whatever that equivalent point on a camel is. And it doesn't want to do that because, we're not just talking about stooping and going through, because the wall is not like a house wall. The wall is like a wall to a walled city. It's thick. I don't know how thick, but thicker than a house wall, okay? So the camel's got to stoop and go through there, crawl, whatever. It's probably packed. It's full of pebbles. The camel doesn't want to be there. The camel, I am told, I don't want to judge camels, but the camel, I am told, is an ornery, stubborn animal, and to begin with, they're known to be unpleasant, okay? Anyway, so the disciples, after hearing this, say, "Whoa, Jesus, how does anybody get into heaven?" And Jesus says, "Well, for man, no, but for God, anything is possible." And I think that's hilarious. I think they would have thought it was hilarious, I hope. I think this is a joke. Because you get this image of yeah, okay, for God it's possible. But you get this image of God having to pull the damn rich man like a camel through the eye of the needle, right? He's still got to struggle with the damn camel man, right? But for man, basically impossible. Yeah, okay. And we know why. Because even whenever I was little in a church, and maybe you too, and you remember hearing this reading, and you were like, "Man, that sounds harsh, man. I got things, and I like them. I got tons of Star Wars figures, and they were my brothers, and I got that whole Imperial shuttle and an X-Wing, and I don't have the Millennium Falcon, but a friend of mine does. But anyway, I got a lot of cool stuff, and I don't want to give it away." And even though the priest is "It's okay, it's grace, God will save you, just have faith," it doesn't feel good because you still know, kind of in your heart of hearts, you're supposed to give your stuff away if you're going to be like Jesus. Tough. Man, I am so camel-like. I am humbled, but not as camel-like as rich people, because Jesus says so. And I mean, hell, rich people, they got like more money than they need for all the freaking Millennium Falcons, and you really only need one in your house. You really only need one Millennium Falcon. What are you gonna do? Have duplicate Han Solos? No, that's what rich people are like, though. They have duplicate Han Solos that they don't need. I need to not make videos anymore. So I think it bears mentioning here that Jesus is comparing rich people to camels. Like that's a big part of the joke. You know, he wasn't like in the whole modern conservative vein of Ayn Rand-esque, the ultimate noble Ubermensch. You know, Jesus didn't say it is easier to tame the soaring falcon than it is to get a rich man into heaven, or it is easier to take your head out of the mouth of a lion than it is to get a rich man into heaven. No, he compared them to dumb pack animals. I think it's safe to say that he has no real love lost there. No beating around the bush with what we think of the very wealthy. Because all his disciples, they were poor. Like, they were tradesmen. It's not like they had no food. They weren't impoverished. Oh, there's a deer. But I'm freaking it out. But, you know, the distance between them and a rich dude, I mean, it's, I don't know, probably about the distance it is for most of us from the nesting yacht rich. Jake the dog down there just freaked out this deer even more, I think. I'll take a picture of the deer in a second, but not right now. There it went. Yeah. So there's your lesson for the day. There's your thought. I didn't exactly wind that up succinctly, but you know, this is practice. It's the first one. I'll do better next time. But I remember the end material, and that's what's important, because I have to ask you to like and share and subscribe and whatever else. Commenting is super important, because I want you to comment and be like, hey, guy in tree, you have weird thoughts. Here's something to think about in a tree. And I would do it. I would do it just for you, commenter. Just for you. Anyway, them's my thoughts. So until next time, I'll keep my thoughts to myself.